welcome to the show. I'm Shirley Min. Rowan University freshman Allan Wylie is making a name for himself as a sports color commentator. He's really good, and you'd never know from listening to him that he's blind.
Today, your Delaware Blue Coats take on the Osceola Magic. My name is Owen Caldwell. I am joined this morning by Allan Wylie. What do you want to see today from the Coats?
I want to see a lot more closing out on the board.
As the color commentator for Delaware Blue Coats games, Allan Wylie, who's blind, provides analysis and insight for Rowan University's radio station.
This Blue Coats team has been outscoring Osceola 10-2. Outstanding start to this second quarter.
Allan listens carefully to the play-by-play, to the players, and of course, the crowd. He also studies meticulously ahead of games.
I'll try to see on the internet box scores of past games involving the opponents or both teams that I'm covering. I'll look at video highlights of them on YouTube, and then I'll read news articles from past games that involve one of or both of those teams.
It's almost like Allan was born to do this.
I've listened to sports since I was a baby, and it's just kind of snowballed from there. I would used to do little games in my head where I would make crowd noise with my mouth and do the games.
You can't tell he's blind when you're listening to him analyze a game on the radio. You just can't. He's very unique. He's a young man that knows what he wants to do, prepares exceptionally well, and there's not a lot of blind broadcasters at Allan's level at 18 years old doing what he's doing and broadcasting G League basketball games.
Neil Hartman is the senior director of the Center for Sports Communication at Rowan. Neil knows Allan's family well, and he recruited Allan to come to Rowan.
Allan had to audition for the Blue Coats job, and he did it with a senior play-by-play broadcaster.
Heat check for him, and he drills it. Just like what I said, Jared Brownridge proving my point right there. Big three-pointer to put the Coats back in front.
It was seamless. It was like they'd worked together for years, and yet they only met a couple of times prior to that. He's very poised, and you can tell he's been practicing for a long period of time. But for what Allan does and how he does it, I'd say he's definitely ahead of the game.
Showtime!
Yeah, showtime is right.
He's going to be very successful in this business, there's no doubt in my mind.
And that's been the story right now. This Blue Coats team has just not been able to find their rhythm. Tough loss, that's really what it was. I hope that it's kind of helps people realize that if you have a quote-unquote disability, it's going to be hard. And of course it's going to be hard, of course it is. But you can still do what your heart desires. I love it. I love every second of it. It's a lot of fun.
After Allan graduates in 2028, he hopes to have his voice heard on a national sports talk show of some kind. And we here at You Ought to Know wish Allan lots of luck.